When you have more than one job, it can be tricky deciding whether or not to tell this to your employers. It may not be such a big deal with several part-time jobs, but in some cases, it can be a more delicate subject. If your jobs have schedules that change from week to week, it's probably best to talk with your employers about your other jobs. This way, you can coordinate your various shifts and prevent them from overlapping or running too close to one another. This can be especially important if one of your jobs has a strict schedule or requires you to occasionally stay late. In some industries, you may encounter something called a non-compete clause. This is a statement in a contract that prohibits you from working for competing employers. They're mostly found in businesses dealing with creative work or sensitive information, but you may run into them in other fields as well. If your contract does contain a non-compete clause, you shouldn't take a second job in a similar field or do anything that would violate this agreement. If your employers were to find out about it, you would most likely be fired. So let's say that your jobs are on different days and that they don't have non-compete clauses. If this is the case, you don't really need to discuss your other jobs with your employer if you don't want to. Since they're not directly affecting one another, it's okay to not bring it up. However, if you do decide to let your employer know, there's no need to make a big deal about it. That could make things awkward. Instead, consider mentioning it in passing or working it into conversation. But in most cases, talking about your other jobs isn't something you need to worry about.
GCF Global, creating opportunities for a better life.